What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to the newest episode of the Realistic Rebuilds. And today, as by popular demand, we found out at the completion of the regular season in the NFL that the Cleveland Browns have got the lowly 0-16 record, which means they have to get a rebuild. They're basically the worst team of all time. I still think like the Bucks teams in the 70s that they basically won one game over 2 years. That's the worst team. But, you know, that's pretty much what the Browns have done, one game over 2 years since Hugh Jackson has been there. And, you know, along with, like, the 2008 Lions that went 0-16. They're a terrible team. So we are sitting at 0-16. We have two top 5 picks, our first-round pick and the pick from the Houston Texans, which means, it's not going to be drastically, I guess, different from the very first realistic rebuild we did of the Browns, which was actually successful. We did win a Super Bowl in that one. But now that we know we have the pick, as you can see in the bottom, Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, 37-31 over the Patriots, which is nice. We have our work cut out for us, but we now know the picks. And because it's a special rebuild, and we're just, not really following the mold of doing teams that we have yet to do, all prospects are on the board. So if we want to go quarterback, we can have our full pick of Lamar Jackson, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. If we want to go running back, we get Saquon Barkley. We want to go DB, we can make Fitzpatrick. Everyone in between. No one is off limits. So without further ado, let's jump into the offseason. And let's help this lowly Browns team get to, I don't know, wherever they're going. I don't want to say Super Bowl, but we'll try our best. So to find out where we're going, let's kind of look back at the actual season stats here of the Browns minus their Week 17 game. And kind of see where we're at. Deshaun Kaiser did not have a good rookie season, kind of as expected. He was very much a project quarterback. So, I'm not going to completely rule out. See, because we started so late, I didn't actually get it. I don't know how the scouting works. So it's going to be a surprise when I look at my scouting to see if we actually have any prospects or if anything like that happened. But probably I'll look at a quarterback for sure, especially with the #1 overall pick. At the running back spot, we lost or did not decide to re-sign Isaiah Crowell. So running back, maybe a Saquon Barkley is certainly someone that'd be interesting. Plus maybe some later round backs if we don't get Saquon Barkley. The fact that Duke Johnson is far and away our leading receiver needs to be addressed. He's solid. He's going to be a good, kind of tandem back with what you may or may not draft. But we need to get better than that. Joku, we've done in past rebuilds, and Joku usually gets up into the high 80s, low 90s, so we're absolutely set there. Corey Coleman doesn't develop crazily, but serviceable. Like, he could be a wide receiver, too. We brought back Josh Gordon just because, come on, Josh Gordon, he's a phenom. Look at the defensive side of things. 142 tackles for Schobert, 3 sacks, 1 pick. That's a good year from him. 136 and 4 from Kirksey. Both these guys are very serviceable. I don't know how well their development is going to be, but I'm still excited. And Myles Garrett finished with 10 sacks. That's the lowest you're going to see. We're going a full 5 years in addition to this, which is, kind of the norm for a rebuild. And Myles Garrett's, double-digit guy every single year turns into. He's like this year's Joey Bosa. Look at the secondary. They had some guys that played really well. Jason McCourty, and I believe it was, he's not even here. Who's the other corner? It was Jason McCourty and Brian Body Calhoun. I guess he didn't get any stats. Oh, he's way down here. 43 tackles. They actually played fairly well. They have decent starting ratings. So our defense could be a lot worse than what it currently is. So looking at the free agency, we're not going crazy. There's, it's year 1 free agency. There's anything, you need to absolutely jump on. So we're going to try to get Mike Hilton. We try to get him every year. He had 3 sacks in one game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's 24, he's a 79. I've seen him get up to the high 80s. And if we can land that, especially considering our top corner is 31 in Jason McCourty, that would be a great addition. But other than that, man, it's all about this draft and what kind of prospects we're going to bring in. Well, let's find out. It finally happened. Look at these picks. I didn't get the diamond in the rough QB. I know you can get 85, 86, 87 overall. But this 84 superstar quarterback is as good as, I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm just showing these stats now because I know what prospect I'm making him. And I'm going to have to make the attributes a little bit differently. But just showing the base overall, we will end up with a superstar 84 QB. We're not going to mess with the awareness, so the stats still today kind of own us. But we got the 84 superstar QB, second first round pick, 82 running back, normal dev. The dev kind of sucks, but I think you can kind of guess where we're going with these prospects. We got a 72 free safety, which stung. I thought he was going to be maybe our potential Minka Fitzpatrick. But we got a 77 center here with normal dev. We got a 76 tight end, slow dev. We got a 77 outside linebacker with quick dev, baller. 80 overall wide receiver in the 4th round. Normal dev, not too hot, not so hot, but that is exactly, he's the number 1 wide receiver on the team right now in terms of overall. 76 Garrett in the 4th round. We got a 74 D tackle in the 5th round, 72 kicker, and a 69 corner with 96 speed, 97 acceleration. The man's hot. The man's hot. We're going to modify these prospects up, get everything sorted. We'll be right back. Alright, so I took it to a Twitter poll because I was kind of undecided. I was going to lean towards making the prospect Lamar Jackson, but, you know, our big rebuild last year had Lamar Jackson in it. Why not let Baker Mayfield get his opportunity to shine? Even though it's not, you know, I could have been a smart, you know what, and gone with Josh Rosen and then Saquon Barkley to see maybe that might have a chance of being the actual picks for the Browns. But, you know, we were good enough last year. We put Deshaun Kaiser on the Browns in our Madden 17 rebuild. That actually happened. I'm going more so for something fun, which is why it really came down to Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. The Twitter poll was 50% to Baker Mayfield. I think like almost 40% to Lamar Jackson and 10% to Josh Rosen. So we are going with Baker Mayfield. I don't think there's a chance in hell he goes at 1st overall in the draft, but he is a very polarizing figure, and let's see what he can do. We have Saquon Barkley, obviously, in the 2nd pick here. We got the size and stuff. Obviously, the attributes aren't dead on to Saquon Barkley. Obviously, he probably have a quick dev trait, worst case scenario. But I figure we will force feed him in this scheme, and he will get to where he needs to belong. I don't really want to modify too much with a guy that's already at 82 overall. So we'll see how that development goes. We made the 2nd round center, the 77. We made a Mason Cole from Michigan, one of the top centers this year's draft class. Should go around, you know, 2nd, 3rd round. We made our tight end here in the 2nd round, Mike Gesicki from Penn State. So bringing him back, reuniting with his teammate, Mr. Saquon Barkley, even though the slow dev's not phenomenal. Good 2 tight end sets now with David Njoku and Mike Gesicki. Our 3rd round linebacker, we made it Jerome Baker. He was originally a 77 outside. We made him a 74. And you know what? I like the rating a little bit higher than what it was. We'll keep it as an outside, and we'll mess around with it a little bit. He's very much a cover linebacker with that kind of size. So that brings him back up to a 77, which is nice. We had our 4th round wide receiver, Antonio Callaway from Florida. 80 overall, Antonio Callaway regarded as maybe a 1st round wide receiver talent, but obviously he got kicked off at the University of Florida. He's just the dumbest damn player I think I've ever seen, even though he has 75 awareness. So we brought him in, and that's pretty much it for the real prospects. So without further ado, let's begin year 1 of this 5-year Cleveland Browns rebuild and see if we can get the Browns to a Super Bowl title once again in Madden 18 rebuilds. Alright, so now that the first offseason is, I guess we'll consider it the preseason of this rebuild has concluded, we now have what we could assume is going to be a major core of this rebuild for the Cleveland Browns. We got Baker Mayfield at quarterback, Saquon Barkley and Duke Johnson doing their thing at running back, Antonio Callaway instantly wide receiver 1 for a 4th round pick, Josh Gordon in the slot, Corey Coleman on the outside. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we will see. I didn't know we had, you know, DeValve was an 81. I did not know that, or else I might not have burned that pick on Gesicki. Still a 76 tight end, not bad. But Njoku's up to an 84. The offensive line is very, very solid. We do need to get ready to, you know, probably reload at the tackle spot, as Joe Thomas, I think he goes to about year 3 or 4 of a rebuild, so that'll be year 3 in this style of video. Still need to show up that right side. We could do, oh my god, Mason Cole's actually better than Treader. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks because Treader got that big free agency money coming from the Packers, but whatever. The defensive line looking good and young. Hopefully Ogba can develop a little bit, but Garrett, Shelton, and Ogunjobi all looking fairly nice. We have McCourty and Body Cologne staying at corner. We were able to allow Mike Hilton in free agency. Not gonna lie, did not know he's as small as he was. That was poor management myself, but hey, we made him a free safety where we had our I think he was a 2nd round pick and Peppers a 70. He's actually an 80, so it all works out. He's now a free safety. We all saw how he's been used with the Pittsburgh Steelers as like a blitzing corner, nickel corner. So I think he should fit in nicely. We have Baker as a starting outside linebacker. We move Kirksey back inside with Schobert, and we have Jamie Collins who's a 79. Kendrick's actually an 81, which is very nice. So this is definitely a team that is on the up. I tried to do a couple things in terms of manipulating the playbook and trying to, you know, try to put this team in the best position to win right away. So we'll see if it pans out, but we will, you know, just go to the halfway point, see if there's any in-house signings we need to talk about, and if not, can we make the playoffs in year 1 with Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, and company? Well, let's find out. Alright, so it's time to talk about some contract extensions. Joe Thomas is definitely a guy that we're going to try to bring back. He doesn't really regress too much. I've never seen him go below a 90. But Cody's an interesting one. I feel like he only wants a one-year deal, which means, you know, I don't know if we're going to be able to scout the ideal corner that I want to try to get his replacement because he's not a long-term option. But I feel like because it's only a one-year deal, we could probably let him hit the open market. And if we really need to bring him back, we can do so. Duke Johnson would be nice, but $24 million for a backup running back. Now that we have Saquon, a clear 3-down running back, he could probably go. Danny Shelton, we want him back. Brian Body Calhoun, we want him back. And other than that, we'll probably make some other signings depending on our cap situation. But Calhoun, Shelton, and Joe Thomas are top priority. Alright, so we got year one with... What? We got year one of the season done here. I guess we're just gonna act like the whole preseason didn't happen because it's just I get in the mindset of a fight rebuild. So at the end of year number one, we did not make the playoffs, but what I'm seeing is 36,000 XP for Callaway, 56,000 for Baker Mayfield, which is looking real dank. 8-8 record, second in the AFC North. I will take that. I mean, it would have been nice. Would have been very, very surprising for us to make the playoffs here in year number one. But let's take a look here at our QB. Baker Mayfield threw for 5,400 passing yards, 48 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. Baker Mayfield did this. This is Baker Mayfield, our first-round QB, first overall. That's broken passing record. Give me 2 seconds here. What is NFL passing yard record single season? I think it's 53, 52, 53. Bateman, oh, 54-77. So we almost broke the passing yard record in our first season. 48, like those are all blowing out rookie quarterback numbers. That is absolutely absurd. We got Saquon Barkley, not, you know, obviously when you throw, I guess we throw the ball way more. It's 930 yards, 9 touchdowns. That's still very respectable. Josh Gordon is the phenom monster that we know he is. 123 catches, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 957 and 8 from Njoku, almost 1,412 from Antonio Callaway, 539 and 3 from Corey Coleman, 575 and 7 from Saquon Barkley. That is a grown man number. Moving to the spread offense is it's working. That's, you know, I felt like that's the kind of offense Baker Mayfield kind of needs to go to. It doesn't really work well in the NFL, but in the sim, it is just it's demolishing. We got 154 tackles from Kirksey, 104 from Jerome Baker. On the sacks front, we got 17.5 sacks from Myles Garrett to go along with 15 tackles for loss, 10 sacks from Ogwes, 7.5 from Ogunjobi. Look at that. Danny Shelton, we were able to re-sign him, 13 tackles for loss. Good for him. On the interception front, 6 picks from McCourty, 5 from Jamar Taylor, 3 from Brian Body Calhoun, 2 from Kirksey, 1 from Hilton, and 1 from Jamie Collins. Taking a quick look here at the yearly awards, MVP went to Russell Wilson. Baker Mayfield coming as a runner-up in year number one. Oh, man, look at this guy, Kevin Fox. Okay, another dude. Good for you. And the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Baker Mayfield. Not surprised. Defensive Player of the Year went to C.J. Mosley, with Christian Kirksey coming in at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Baker Mayfield. Saquon Barkley at 4. Antonio Callaway at 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jerome Baker. Maybe we got a little bit of a boost there in terms of his depth trait. I don't know yet. But my God, just utter and complete domination from our rookies. Only thing we didn't get was that playoff berth. But I think 8-8 from 0-16. I mean, we got probably Coach of the Year. Hugh Jackson, if this was actually realistic, would have got Coach of the Year at that point. But I'm excited, man. We definitely have a tremendous starting point as we get ready here for year number 2. Let's jump into the offseason. Alright, so beginning the offseason, we always got to talk about free agency, and we're looking at just doing something absurd. We're currently the leaders. I don't know if we're going to land him. It's not a complete necessity. Ogba had 10 sacks last year, and he's 25. So if we don't land him, this is just for the fact that we might be able to get Clowney and Myles Garrett as a defensive end. Maybe the 2 most hyped defensive end prospects I've ever seen. If I could somehow get Clowney, Ndamukong Suh, and Myles Garrett on a defensive line, that would be like the all-hype draft defensive line. You know, it'd be dope. But I haven't had the best of luck landing these superstars. Clowney and Jalen Ramsey usually are 2 big ones that I always miss out on. We are the leading bidder. I'm not expecting us to get them. Oh, we got Clowney! That is incredibly rare, man. I always find that we always, no matter what. Like, I remember we went like 10 million above, like 2 rebuilds ago on Jalen Ramsey. Did not want to come. But Clowney obviously is buying what we're selling here. This new age Cleveland Brown. And we are welcoming Jadeveon Clowney with, oh my God. Protect your quarterbacks. Check your neck. Just check your neck. Make sure it's protected. This is sick. Another money draft, man. Before we modify superstar wide receiver. We didn't need a wide receiver. I didn't even realize the reason why we had so much cap money to spend and land Jadeveon Clowney is Joe Thomas retired. So, luckily enough, there was no real good tackle at left tackle. There's a good right tackle. So we just kind of splurged here on the wide receiver that we'll modify up. We got 76 here in the second round. We got a 76 wide receiver in the third round. We don't really need these, but there we go. We actually still hit. He had 41 on the bench press, 78 quick, 92 strength. Harris Suckup, that's not probably going to be his real name. We're all said and done. But back-to-back draft classes. This is shaping up to be probably my favorite rebuild of the year so far. Alright, so here is our draft class once we got them all changed up. So our first round wide receiver, our 78 superstar is A.J. Brown, the very talented wide receiver from Ole Miss. Probably going to take over for Josh Gordon, if I would expect, along there with Corey Coleman and Antonio Callaway in the second round. We just left this guy as is, Casey Hunt, because he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time. So as of right now, he's just really solid depth. So we didn't really modify him anything. Looking down here, we just kept that linebacker. We made our wide receiver Marquise Brown. We actually took a point off. He was originally a 76. So that we could actually bump his speed up a little bit, because Marquise Brown is probably the fastest player in college. He's going to be the next guy, kind of in the mold of a John Ross that might be able to break the 40 record. Plus, realigning him once again with his teammate Baker Mayfield made it feel right. So we just, took a little bit of liberty and bumped his speed up a little bit, but I felt like it was fair. If we're going to do that, let's make sure his overall takes at least a hit. So he went from a 76 down to a 75. And then the fourth round, we get one of the top tackles for the 2019 draft class, and that is David Edwards from Wisconsin, 78 overall, with a quick dev trade. Massive shoes to fill, taking over for Joe Thomas. So that being said, let's pop into year number 2 of the Fire rebuild and see if Baker Mayfield can continue on his historic rookie season to build upon that. All right, so as we get ready for season number 2, offense is looking as prolific as ever. Baker Mayfield up to an 89 overall, which might be the best overall we've ever had a player going into their second year so far. Barkley's an 87. We have Callaway, A.J. Brown, and Gordon will start on our team, with Corey Coleman now taking up the wide receiver 4 spot. But with the spread offense, all these guys are going to get their targets. I just want A.J. Brown to take the most of his opportunity at the cheesy wide receiver 3 spot to take advantage of his superstar dev trade. No more Joe Thomas. Retired earlier than I expected in the first rebuild. I think he went a couple more, at least one more year. So we're going with our 4th round pick here. Edwards will start. Our 2 tackle spots still definitely need to be improved upon, but we'll see what we can do. And Josh Gordon, who almost had 130 receptions. We had like a decent amount of XP, so he went from an 80 up to an 83, which is nice. I fully expect that to be his ceiling, and from only regress from that point. But hey, the resurgence of Josh Gordon, amongst everything else we've been able to do so far in this rebuild, is another very fun storyline. Defense is looking good. Linebacking core is solid. Safety core above 80. The only problem with this team right now, I would say, is the secondary. Ideally, you want Breon Body Calhoun as like your corner 2. We didn't have the money. I just wanted to be conscious of our contracts. So after we splurged over $100 million to get in Clowney to pair him with Garrett, we didn't have the money so much on the back end, and there was no really good corners for us to draft, or at least that would fall to us in the first round. So our biggest weakness, 100%, is our secondary. But hey, there's still B grades. I will take that. Giving up the fact that our offense can literally light teams up, I'm kind of banking on that to help balance it out. I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs here in year number 2 or not, but fingers crossed. So let's pop into the midseason point. We'll stop and talk about contracts if need be, and if not, hopefully improving upon our 8-8 record from last year and squeaking into the playoffs. All right, here we are at the end of season number 2. Oh, the Seahawks. We get the obviously pay attention to C4. Did not get anywheres in terms of a playoff push, which certainly. Oh my God, 81,000 XP for AJ Brown. Okay, so we finished the year with an 8-8 record, which is where we were last year. I think Browns fans would take back-to-back 8-8 seasons. AFC North is very good, as were the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'd still like to see a little bit better than that. Baker Mayfield, get yourself Baker Mayfield, put him in the spread. The spread offense in the sim doesn't always work, but when it does work, oh, you're laughing. You're absolutely laughing. Baker Mayfield, 5,400 passing yards, 47 touchdowns, and 23 interceptions. Realistic rebuilds. Yeah, obviously here, C4. Look at these numbers. These are not realistic numbers. Through 2 seasons, he has almost 100 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield is on pace to be the greatest quarterback in football history. This spread offense is just, oh my God. Running the ball, obviously we're not getting, nearly as many targets. Like Saquon should be getting probably 50 more attempts, but 800 yards, 9 touchdowns to pair with 600 yards, 5 TDs through the air. I mean, dual threat. Saquon Barkley is technically a dual threat running back. He could do it all. He's much more of a runner than a receiver. But the fact, I'll take that. That's like 1,300 yards, 14 total touchdowns for Mr. Saquon Barkley. A.J. Brown, our rookie, 95 catches, 1,400 yards, 18 TDs. He's a phenom. 81,000. That's the most XP I've seen for a single prospect. We got 652 and 4 from Josh Gordon, 1,306 from Callaway, almost 1,008 from Njoku. Oh, how is this only 8 and 8? I guess our defense on the back end was incredibly weak, so we'll see that in the stats here. 132 tackles from Kirksey, 109 from Baker. We got 16.5 sacks from Clowney, 12.5 from Garrett, so that combination is working very, very well. 9 sacks for Ogunjobi, 3.5 for Sheldon, 3.5 for Ogba. Okay, and we got, look at that, there you go. The secondary was our downfall. Definitely, I think Bowdy Calhoun, we signed him up to be our long-term corner for this rebuild, but we definitely need to try our best and get him some help with Browns. Always have a bunch of money for free agency period. Like very rarely you'll have less than 30 mil. So a big corner does come available. We might get a Jalen Ramsey and then completely, absolutely stress with these numbers and the prospects for landing the title realistic rebuild. But I mean, we're playing it realistic. We're just, we modified the scheme slightly, I guess you could say, take advantage of the Madden sim, and we're just taking whatever free agents are available. And when you have this prolific of an offense, free agents are going to want to come play for your team. So from that standpoint, it does make a little bit of sense. And, oh! We got the MVP in all the rebuilds. We're like 20 rebuilds deep. We have won the MVP 3 times. Once was when we signed Russell Wilson out of the blue, so I don't really count that. So this is as good as any MVP award, which is incredibly difficult to do. But, oh my God, Baker Mayfield, runner-up as a rookie, wins it his second year. He's on pace to be, the greatest quarterback of all time. Looking at the AFC Offensive Player of the Year, went to Le'Veon Bell. Mayfield coming in at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year went to J.J. Watt. We had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to A.J. Brown and his 18 touchdowns. Guy's a damn monster. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to some random dude on the Patriots. But all in all, man, what do we even do with this? 81,000 XP. Like, we already have the superstar dev trait, so, well, we'll see what we can do. Let's pop, man. I'm having a lot of fun here. We'll pop into the offseason and get ready for year number 3. And hopefully do whatever needs to be done to improve upon 2 back-to-back 8-8 records. All right, so we have another period. Like I said, 45 million cap. We're always looking pretty there. We're gonna step back a little bit, draw back on the reins, not go super crazy in this period to try to keep it as grounded to realistic as we can. Because look, there's some big names. We can just go crazy. Leonard Floyd and Ngakoue, find ways. Deion Jones at linebacker. Devondre Campbell. Just trying. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I would like to actually try to sign Deion Jones. We'll see if that gives us... We'll actually see if we can get 93. If we can get Deion Jones on 93, because he could probably be an upgrade over... We don't have a whole lot of money. I'm getting ready to get probably pooped on. There we go. We'll go 94. So Deion Jones and Kyle Fuller. We need a corner. Like I said, we tried to spend all of our money here on Kyle Fuller because he would be an immediate upgrade. Like I said, we don't even have, Howard Wilson's our second corner. And if we get Deion Jones here to potentially upgrade Collins, that'd free up some cap space down the right because Collins is, for some reason, really, really low in this game. I remember in Madden 17, he was like an 87 or something. But let's see if we can sign either one of these guys. Maybe we use all of our luck in the last year's free agent period getting Jadeveon Clowney. Really, I would just be happy with Fuller because I didn't really scout any good corners this year either. And we are going to get... Oh, we got Deion Jones. Oh, all right, welcome to Team Deion Jones. I didn't want you nearly as much as I wanted Fuller. So hope to God we can land a corner in the draft. Because right now, it might be more, same to less. Incredible offense, our secondary lacking. So let's pop into the draft. We're going to switch into a right tackle, but this is the greatest draft class for a rebuild I've ever had. Oh, just me again. This is my second pick. This guy was supposed to go in the 6th round. 79 superstar corner. We needed a tackle. We needed a corner. What? All right, so for our year 3 draft class, it's sick, man. We got 81 overall right tackle, superstar dev, and we made that Andrew Thomas from Georgia. You can see him right now getting ready in the next couple days to get ready for the college football playoff finals. But he's a freshman, right? He's a monster at tackle. Then in the second round, we got a 79 superstar corner. Even though he's already taken a confidence boost, we made it Julian Love, the corner from Notre Dame. He's an absolute monster, one of my favorite corners in the country. And then the third round, we made it TJ Carter. He's actually a true freshman right now at Memphis. Unfortunately, he has a slow dev trait, but he's probably maybe the best freshman corner in college football. So we just, you know, we went with the smaller school, assumed maybe he'd slip a little bit. Then we just had some offensive line signees because we lost a couple offensive line depth guys to free agency. Because, you know, you can't sign everyone. But overall, man, this has been, in terms of drafting, probably top 1, 2, 3. I'd say top 3 that we've had so far here in Madden 18. So that being said, let's improve upon our 2 8-8 seasons and try to, you know, maybe 9-7. Let's not get too crazy. All right, so as we get ready for year number 3 of the Browns rebuild, our team is starting to look unbelievably stacked. Mayfield's a 91. He's coming off an MVP campaign. Berkeley's an 88. We got Brown, who had 81,000 XP last time you signed him. He actually went up to a 93, but it was with the +1 confidence, so now he's back down to a 92. Oh my God, a guy going into his second year is a 92. I'm so upset. Gordon's an 82 in their slot. We have Callaway here. If we wanted to cheese the system extra, we would probably move Callaway to wide receiver 3 so we could get all those stats. But we'll just, you know, we want to keep Josh Gordon relevant. Offensive line, Edwards, for what he is, didn't develop so great his first year as a tackle. We were able to buy the offensive line XP package with Hugh Jackson, so that should help all these guys, especially Edwards, Cole, and Thomas in terms of the development. Joe goes up to a 90, which is nice. Defensive front is still looking terrifying. We have Love and TJ Carter now trying to improve the secondary that was absolutely horrible last year. Safeties are solid. Our linebacking core, we have Baker up to an 85, and new free agency signing Deion Jones starting as our middle linebacker. All in all, I feel like we should be able to improve upon our 8-8 record, but you never know. We gotta stop talking about it. We gotta be about it. Let's see what can happen. Well, you know, this is the time, because it's usually year 4 of a rebuild. It's year 3 because we started early. Our rookies are time to get paid, and okay, realistically, we need to. Garrett and Joku are the big 2, and if we could still, you know, squeeze a little bit of cash for Ogunjobi, that would be nice. Worst case scenario, if not, we still have Shelton there, which are our true DT1. But yeah, we need to make sure we can lock these guys up. They're gonna eat up all our caps. We might not be able to splash like, you know, we had Clowney and Deion Jones, but hey, keeping our own. The Green Bay Packer method is what we need to do here for the Browns. We have a really good record right now. I think we might have our playoff push ready, so let's make sure we can lock these guys up in case crap hits the fan. God, I'm PC in 2018. Crap hits the fan. Come on, C4. Yeah. So we got the this is my greatest rebuild ever. There's the title of the video. Send it home. I don't know about 11-5. We won the AFC. It wasn't an outright blowout, but if you didn't see the little news blurb, you will in a second. Baker Mayfield, 40, broke the passing yard record with 54-73. I think. I mean, 54-77 Manning. We'll check that in a second. 52 passing touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Like, I might need to make a video breakdown of how to cheat system. Just put them in spread offense. I don't know if every quarterback's, maybe we have the right type of, everything's the perfect storm or not, but this is, oh my God, man. Running the ball, 900 yards, or almost 1,000 yards and 10 TDs from Saquon Barkley. We'll throw in almost 700 yards and 9 touchdowns there. Barkley's a beast. We got 68 catches, 1,000 yards, 5 TDs from Brown, which is a little bit odd. Huge drop-off from the 18 touchdowns he had a year ago. We got 708 from Njoku. We were able to re-sign. We got 808 from Callaway. And Josh Gordon from the slot. Josh Gordon, the God. 115 receptions, 1,500 yards, and 12 touchdowns. On the defensive side of the ball, Jerome Baker led the team with 130 tackles. We got 118 from Deion Jones. On the sacks front, 20.5 from Myles Garrett, 19.5 from Jadeveon Clowney, 10.5 from Ogunjobi. We're able to re-sign Garrett and Ogunjobi, but now we have like $20 million in cap. I mean, it's still enough that we may be able to make a splurge in free agency. I don't know yet, but we do have a Baker Mayfield quarterback that needs to get re-signed soon, so we'll be conscientious of that. From the interception front, 6 from Deion Jones, who looks like, you know, one hell of a free agency signing. 4 for Baker, 4 for Calhoun, 2, and 1, so that is completely acceptable. But what we do know is for back-to-back years, Baker Mayfield is the MVP of the National Football League. Best quarterback we probably have ever had in a rebuild ever. I don't say that lightly. We still don't come on. Show some respect to Hugh Jackson. Offensive player of the year went to Baker Mayfield. Saquon Barkley coming in at number 8. Defensive player of the year went to C.J. Mosley, with Clowney coming in at number 3. Deion Jones at 6. Jerome Baker at 7. And Myles Garrett at 9. Offensive rookie of the year. We had our fullback. Nice. Defensive rookie of the year did not go to our guys. Jesus. Julian Love coming in at number 6. T.J. Carter at number 8. But ultimately, we had the MVP season, and we got first round bye in the playoffs. It only took us 3 years. This is simply incredible. Let's see who we're playing. Let's see what we're playing here in the divisional round. Please not Pittsburgh. Don't give me the Chargers. The Jags. That's interesting. You know what? I'm conflicted. Do I play it? Do I not play it? I feel like the rebuild's so special. We're just gonna sim it and see what happens if this team should be good enough to do it. If not, I want to see what happens one more year. Just what kind of stats can we finish with Baker Mayfield? But we'll play the moments. Well, actually, you know what? We'll pop a bear. We'll pop a bear. For those of you guys that might be watching it, we'll play the moments. And if the game's really, really close or we're getting cheese, I might step in occasionally. But I'm gonna try my best just to let the sim do its thing. But let's go on the divisional round against the 9-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, here we go against the Jags. I'm a little nervous about how the spread offense is going to work in the sim, because usually the sim does benefit teams that are methodical and like to run the ball. But it's looking like we're going to have to do an incredibly hot start now as we're up 14-0, 21-0 against probably the 28-0, against probably the toughest defense that you could come across in right now with Madden, especially because it's the updated rosters, man. 35-0 at halftime. 42-0 at halftime. I might have to make a breakdown of what I did. I might have just uncovered the formula to winning at the sim. Like, we might have to just grandfather that we will never use the spread offense again. 52 points in the playoffs against the most dominant defense you're probably going to face in Madden. And how do we do it? Baker Mayfield. We had 4 touchdowns from Mayfield. We got 174 yards, 2 touchdowns from Buckley. So that didn't really affect the same for the spread offense. Because usually, with spread offense, there's no way in hell your running backs run it 38 times. Gordon had a big game and Joko had a big game. Like I said, I know there's probably something funky with the spread offense. Maybe I'll do a little bit more testing and do a video on it to kind of maybe break it down and help you guys out with the rebuilds. Like just exactly what I ran. I'll try with some crappier teams. But we might have the formula here, and right now this is probably going to be the best rebuild I've ever done on the channel. Madden 18, Madden 17, Madden 16, Madden 15 before I actually started labeling them rebuilds. Okay, well, hey, we're on to the AFC Championship game. Let's see if we can put up 52 points once again. All right, here we go in the championship, getting ready to take on divisional rival Baltimore Ravens. Another strong defense. I don't know how well this is going to work. Maybe we used up all our points against the Jags. But I mean, still, regardless, I think we're on to something here with the spread. It's looking pretty dominant as we get the touchdown to go up 7-3. Third down alert. We're converting all over the place. 14 points. The Ravens just aren't able to score on our defense. That is still very much a work in progress defense, considering 50% of our secondary is rookies. But we're up 17-3 here, controlling the ball, which is pretty nice. If we can hold on, make the Ravens continue to settle for field goals, trying to utilize their best weapon, Justin Tucker, is not going to help them when you're going up against this Baker Mayfield-led Cleveland Browns offenses. We're just looking at this, man. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to play the Super Bowl, man. I really want to get my hands on this team and really show you guys what this offense is all about. So there you go. 23-6 over the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship, sorry. Look at that. Holding the quarterback to 93 yards. This defense shut him down. 212, 1 TD from Mayfield. Saquon Barkley once again just completely not. Christian McCaffrey's on the Ravens? Did that happen? Continuing just the spread offense, I guess that's something we have been able to find out, that even if you do spread offense in the sim, when you play the moments, you clearly go back to this weird sort of like, we're going to make you run the ball a lot. I don't know why that's the case, but hey, I'm not going to complain. We're in the Super Bowl with the Browns. I'm very excited to take over this team and see what kind of damage we can do and hopefully bring home a Super Bowl trophy to the city of Cleveland. All right, here we go. We're picking it up on 2nd and 9 in the first quarter on the 13-yard line. Our first drive with the ball. I'm getting my first-hand experience here of the Baker Mayfield show. Oh, my God, Josh Gordon. Oh my God, Josh Gordon. Oh, come on. That would have been dope. Getting an opening drive touchdown. But still, moving the chains, putting us up on the 2-yard line. Do we dare? I don't even know if the spread offense, if they don't have the C4 special, they have one. They have one C4 special play, but I want to see if we can execute with Mr. Saquon Barkley. It's not even Barkley, it's Logan. TJ Logan, the speedster, I think. Whatever. Gets in, opening drive touchdown. Maybe he'll be like the low-key Super Bowl MVP that no one predicted. So no one's... One drunk guy in Atlantic City put all his money on TJ Logan to win the MVP. He might do it. Look at that. This offense is sick. Oh, let's go Brown. What can Brown do for you with the spin? And he takes it to the house. Atlanta was able to get a touchdown, but just before the end of the first half, Baker Mayfield to A.J. Brown, 55 yards to put the Browns up going into halftime. What a play. What a spin, but what a solo effort. Look at this. Gets in the middle. I think that's Alfred tries to make a tackle. Good, nice little block there from the tight end Njoku, I think, to hold up Keon O'Neal. Excellent play. Was that Callaway? Callaway with the big play, the selfless play. Nice. All right, here we go. First and 10 from the 14. It's a 14-10 ball game. The Falcons open up the second half. We're able to get a field goal. But when you set up for field goals against Baker Mayfield, and walk into a damn sack like that, come on, bro. 3 sacks for Tackle McKinley. He's feasting. Absolutely feasting on our right tackle. Our 90-some left tackle, man. He's not having a good game. Second and 19. We're still in field goal range, which is good. Could, worst case scenario, we're not going to force it. We have that 90. What is he right now? 95, 96 Mayfield. He's going to get points either way. Smart enough not to force it like that. Oh, my God. How was that picked off? Oh, it's Vic Beasley. Thank God that was Vic Beasley. If that was any other linebacker, that would have most definitely been an interception. So it's 3rd and 19 on the 23-yard line. Oof. Do we go to Josh Gordon? We try to keep the dream alive with Josh Gordon. I think we do. Yeah, we get sacked. We get sacked. Oh, that was a terrible drive. Oh, that was a terrible drive. Kick the field goal. All right, here we go. 2nd and 4 for the 24. We're trying to make them burn all their timeouts. Relying on Saquon Barkley. Oh, let's go! Just like that. I was assuming we were going to get in a weird, they're going to call a timeout for a game-winning field goal. It's going to be that weird angle. Watch me blow it. But, it's been the Baker Mayfield show. 2 times Heisman Trophy winning. Well, Heisman Trophy winning. 2 times MVP winning. And it's Saquon Barkley reminding everyone that he may be the most talented player in the upcoming 2018 NFL Draft with a very, very critical. Look at that. Just blowing up Ricardo Allen like a monster. Staple run. Career run. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get in here. No. Oh, 3 seconds. There we go, baby. Victory formation. We got this Cleveland Browns a Super Bowl. What is this, year 3? Year 3 of our rebuild. The best rebuild I've ever done. Easily in Madden 18. I can't think even back to Madden 17 or any other one-off franchise modes that I've done in my 7-8 years on YouTube. That has been this dominant. I don't know, like I said, if it's been all based to the spread offense. I don't know if it was the spread offense and we had the perfect prospect and wide receivers. That could very well be the case. Anytime you get a superstar quarterback and a superstar wide receiver, you're going to have a good time. But I'll do a little bit more dive into that. Maybe I'll make a video if I find some conclusive results to help you guys cheese. And maybe, not necessarily cheese, but this is a very cheesy Madden. If you can combat it with your own cheese, and that's something you want to try, we'll see what happens from my little studies here. I'll probably make a video. But that is today's video. The realistic rebuild of the 0-16 2017 Cleveland Browns. And this was one hellacious rebuild. Not the best, most exciting Super Bowl. Maybe could have had a little bit more gameplay, a little bit more deep threat. But getting that last touchdown run from Saquon Barkley, more than enough, made it up to me. And I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. That's twice. The very first rebuild we did before we knew they're going to be the 0-16 Browns. We won the Super Bowl. That rebuild, what did we have? We went with Kaiser as our quarterback. We had Minkah Fitzpatrick. We had Callaway. We brought Callaway back. But not nearly the amount of star power that we had in this rebuild. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, hit that like button. Let me know, maybe 500 likes. That'd be cool. Let's shoot for a goal here. I never do that. It's 2018, new year, new me, new YouTuber. If this is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Rebuilds every Friday. Next rebuild might be the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure yet. But thank you guys all for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out. And I'm going to let you watch this little pre-roll here in peace. See you guys.